Hello everybody, Kanisha the anime lover here, and I am here today. Well, I guess technically I changed my name. For the new year, I'll be known for my author name. That will also be my YouTube name, Cal Kitty. So, let me restart. Cal Kitty. Cal Kitty here, and I am here today to talk about my book series, Kanisha's Adventures. Or technically it's more of a script series, technically, than a book series. I mean, it is turned into books, but technically it's cited as a script. Anyway, let's start way back. As many of y'all who are fans of my channel have been staying here, well, it's almost about to be the 8-year anniversary, January 16th. January 16th was when I made my very first video. I beg of you, I am not going to tell you what it is. But I also beg of you, please don't look it, because it is one of the most embarrassing first videos I could think of. It really was sad. I don't know what I was thinking. Why did I decide that would be my first YouTube video? Anyway, I am here to talk about Kanisha's Mini Adventure series. It started way back in middle school. See, as many of you probably know if y'all watched my channel, am a big fan of cartoons. And one of the things that I got into, that I wasn't sure that I would get into, but I have over the years, is Marvel and DC. Those cartoons have been one of my favorites. I love Spectacular Spider-Man. I love just Marvel Spider-Man. That was one of them that was called when it was on Disney, Ultimate Spider-Man. I know many people don't like it because they didn't like Drake Bell voicing Spider-Man, and they also didn't like the fact that it was all so cutesy with him talking to the camera and everything. But I enjoyed it, and it got me introduced into one of my new favorite heroes of the Marvel Universe, Iron Fist. Not that stupid live action version. No. The cartoon version is what got me into Iron Fist. Anyway, let's get back here. In middle school, while I was high off watching many superhero-oriented shows like Spider-Man, Teen Titans, X-Men, all those superhero-oriented shows. Since I was so ambitious about all those shows and a few Nickelodeon cartoons that I love so much that involve superheroes, I decided, I want to make my own series. So I was like, but if I did make my own series, what would it be about? See, in middle school was when I put away my childish dreams of being a singer and decided that I wanted to be an author. And now, boom, I actually am an author. Not a paid author, but an author nonetheless. A self-published author. Now, anyway. Focus, Kanisha, focus. You're supposed to be telling the story of your show, not about how the fact that your books are not exactly the most popular. But also, if y'all do want to check my books after I'm done explaining them, I will put the link in the description down below. So far, I have out book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 for the Kanisha's Adventure series. Now I bet you're like, 9? What about 7 and 8? Well, I didn't feel like it mattered if they were in order, so I kind of just decided to release the shortest one at random. But don't worry, 7 and 8 are coming. Anyway, it started in middle school. I had first started to want to become an author. And one of the stories that was buzzing in my head was about a character, obviously inspired by me, named Kanisha, who was having a normal day in middle school. Then all of a sudden, boom, a meteor crashed on top of her. The meteor cracked open. A bunch of goo came, sorry for that, radioactive green goo came out. And all of a sudden, her eyes turned from brown to yellow. And all of a sudden, a long python tail with a hook end grew from her. Her teeth turned into fangs, and her tongue became snake-like. And from that day forth, she was Kanisha the mutant. Not knowing fully what was going to happen, she went on with her regular days trying to be a middle schooler. Now see, my middle school plot for Kanisha's adventures is a bit different from the plot now. See, at first, I was going to have it be like this. I had two ideas. At first, it was going to be this zany cartoon where she's running away from the police because the police think that she's nothing but a troublemaker. Also in the zany cartoon, her age is unknown. She looks like a middle schooler, but like her age, well, actually, technically, in the zany cartoon, she looks more younger. I'd say a cross in between, like the typical kind of chubby kid that you would see in like some of those old cartoons. Yeah, in the zany cartoon, I kind of imagined her with more of a chubby body. But in the more serious cartoon, she has a more skinny figure that looks like an actual teen. That looks like a regular teenager instead of those cartoony types. Now see, I couldn't decide. Did I want the zany cartoon-like quality for Kanisha's many adventures, or did I want the more serious tone? And then high school came. And then boom! I decided instead of making it a book series, I would write it as a script. Because I discovered this app called Web Novel. See, the problem was I didn't realize it wasn't until later in high school that I realized I could release scripts. I didn't know that. Another thing until high school that I didn't realize is that there are self-published authors, which means I didn't have to go to like Scholastic or something and really try and get my book released there. I could get it released on Amazon KDP or Barnes & Noble. There's also many other self-published programs that I could go on. Now, I bet many of you are wondering, wait, but now you have Kanisha's Many Adventures and many of your other books on Barnes & Noble. If you know Amazon KDP was an option, why didn't you do that? Now, my dear friends, unless you are long-time viewers, you may not know this, but I did try Amazon. And I bet y'all, many of y'all who are original fans of my media did wonder why I switched from Amazon to Barnes & Noble. And it's very simple. See, it started very calm. I was releasing books. But I, my dear friend, made the foolish decision of releasing some of my fanfics on Amazon. And I think many of y'all know one of the terms and conditions of technically Amazon is if it's already on, if the note, some of the words or figures or any references already on Amazon itself, then that book is going to get shut down. And that's what happened to me. Once I started releasing my fanfics, they immediately got shut down. My account got closed, and that was the end of it. But I made the foolish decision of trying to make a second account, hoping if I don't make the fanfics this time, it won't get closed. But what I didn't fully read in the terms and conditions was that that's a big no-no. You're not supposed to make a second account. Once you mess up on the first account and it gets closed, that's it. You cannot make a second account. That's it. That's it. It's over. You can't do a second one. That's it. That's why now I don't have it on Amazon. Instead, I have it on Barnes & Noble. And don't worry, no, my fanfics aren't on there. If you want to see any of my fanfics, it's on webnovel or fanfiction.net. Anyway, back to Kanisha's mini adventures. I decided I was going to combine the ideas. I decided to make it a zany cartoon with serious tones. See, while I was in high school, I started watching a lot of cartoons like Family Guy, The Simpsons, and all that stuff, where it was a zany cartoon, but there was serious adult tones in it. And I also started watching a lot of cartoons where it shows cartoons and live action shows where it's high schoolers, but they're talking like, instead of like the Disney Wonder, they're talking full adult, talking about like sex, about having like protection and all of that, and like what their lives will be like after they become adults. I decided that's gonna be my story. So for Kanisha's mini adventures, I decided I was going to make it a fantasy science fiction script where it was going to be taking place from Kanisha in middle school all the way to her in college. And I changed many things. For one, at first it was just going to be about Kanisha with her grandma and a few friends that are inspired by my friends in middle school. But then I changed it up. Instead of having her live with her grandma, I had her instead live with her aunt. And instead of it just being her being a part of a normal family, I decided her aunt should be a popular model that, is well known, obviously, and they live in a mansion. I also, like I said, there are many adult themes, so it has them talking about sex. It has sex scenes in it, technically. It has many adult moments about, like, talking about time travel, inevitable death, all kinds of stuff like that. And one of the biggest things that I decided to write was having Kanisha. Now, spoilers if you haven't read the book, but if you haven't read the book, I really prefer you read it. If you don't want to spend like $15 or so on the Kanisha's Adventures paper book, I suggest you read the ebook, because the ebook is cheaper. It's about like $3 or so. So yeah. Anyway, in the story, originally Kanisha was in a middle school, and she had many friends who she loved who she got attached with very dearly. Unfortunately, an incident happens with her. One of her friends, Melanie, was a traitor, trying to gain information on her because of her evil organization was trying to make sure that Kanisha with her mutant powers didn't cause trouble for them. But Mulaney started to fall in love with Kanisha, and once she fully admitted that she fell in love with her, a chip inside her heart activated, and she was becoming weak and was about to die. Kanisha, even though she figured out that Mulaney had betrayed her trust, she still saved her. And because of that, the evil organization decided that Mulaney has got to go. And anybody related to Kanisha is also fair game. So they decided, while their pursuit to kill Mulaney, they decided to kill Kanisha's friends. So most of her friends in middle school got killed by her enemies, except for Mulaney and Nabasawa. Yeah, I know. I told you this has some deep themes. And I really did not hint at the fact of how dark it got. I made sure to have emotional. I made sure to make sure it is as emotional as you think it is. Anyway, after that deep plot, Kanisha obviously went after the people who killed her friends, and unfortunately went into a bloodlust and killed them. After she wakes up from the bloodlust and realizes what she did, she ran away. Obviously, her aunt Mulaney and Nabasawa had to find her, and they find her at a clock tower. She met in a ghost. Sorry about that. Who just wanted some peace and quiet. And Stella begs Kanisha to come back, saying that even though she learns the truth of what happened, she doesn't want her niece to disappear. Having taken care of her and really caring about her. Kanisha, obviously feeling distraught by everything that happened, she tells her aunt that she's sorry and says that she needs some time. She needs to talk to herself to reflect on everything that happened. So season 2 goes into Kanisha time traveling. She goes to medieval times. She goes to the time of knights. Wait, that is medieval times. I'm sorry, ninjas. Yeah, she goes into a town where there are ninjas. She goes into a sea kingdom. She goes into a time of vampires in the Victorian era. And she even meets wolfkins, which is similar to werewolves, but it's more like in wolf blood. Y'all remember that show, Wolf Blood? Yeah, it's similar to Wolf Blood, but I gave it a different name, called it Wolfkin. Anyway, and then season 2. Season 2 was just her time traveling adventures. And in season 2, many things happen. Kanisha gets hit by a weapon that can kill mortals. Mulaney has a magical connection to Kanisha and tells her family about it, and obviously family and friends about it, and obviously they are distraught. And then, also in season 2, she meets this time traveler named Diago, who tells her about some of her future and what she can expect now being the protector of Earth and everything. Throughout season 2, Kanisha grows, learning that even though she's immortal, she still can fall in love and live life to the fullest and everything. She also falls in love with Dracula, yes, the king of vampires. But that does not end well, as unfortunately she has